Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel Armor for All, and yeah, you can hear it, the man with the funny voice is back. I'm still struggling with my cold, I'm not sure what is going on. I mean, you watched hopefully my last videos and you can see it and hear it. I'm not on the top, you know, I'm not myself, or I'm not my old me, I'm still, I don't know what's going on, okay? But anyway, I'm fighting, I'm a fighter, and we have to talk about a topic today, very serious, absolutely very serious. No, not that serious, but about a behavior from the consoles, or the feature from our consoles, which can draw a lot of power. So the topic today is power consumption from the consoles, from the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, because the Xbox Series S is actually okay, in my opinion, okay? And before we start, this video would never be happen without my help, or without the help from my best man Tony. Tony, you are the best, really.
Thank you,
the
boss.
best.
Should I come in front of the camera?
No, stay there, stay there. All good. Okay, so if you guys watched my last video about PlayStation versus Xbox, my conclusion, then hopefully you watched also the part about the power consumption on the consoles. And I have to say, this was a terrible video in my opinion. I watched it later on and I look absolutely crazy. I'm not sure how I'm looking now, and I'm feeling very, very good, but the bloody voice. Anyway, power consumption consoles. And what I like to bring up today is actually the behavior when you play a game and you jump back to the desktop, how much power the consoles are still drawing. Because in my opinion, it's something what we should talk about, and I like to make you aware of this, that you can actually lose a lot of money for nothing. Okay, so but what I'm talking actually about is, so right now when I have to look on my desktop screen, desktop screen, that's great, desktop screen. And my measuring unit shows me at the moment 65 watt for the PlayStation 5. So sometimes it's going down, or it's going down to 50 watts, sometimes going up to 70 watts. So it's always between, but most of the time it's 65 watts. So there's nothing running in the background, okay? When you go here, usually when a game is running, or upload is in the background, or you're downloading something in the background, then you have your symbol here. But at this very moment, nothing is running in the background, okay? That's why we have 65 watt, which is, it's okay. For desktop mode, I would say it's okay. So, but what happened now? Let's say we're starting a game. Doesn't matter which one. And we're starting Balan Wonderworld demo. And I need to have a look. Let's continue the game. By the way, I'm not sure what I should think about this game. This looks like I don't know. Anyway, 175 watt at this very moment for this graphic. That's actually a joke. But anyway, that's not the topic, okay? Topic is 175 watts, which for the 3D mode from the PlayStation 5, it's also not too bad. I measure 200 watts when I'm playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, but the graphic is a little bit better, okay? Maybe that's the thing. Anyway, so now the thing what I'm talking about is actually when you decide to stop playing, then there is actually no exit game, not like on the PC, okay? Exit to desktop or something like that. What I'm using in most of the cases, so I never tapped out of the game or whatever, and the game is running in the background. I always closing the game on the PC, okay? So in this case, you can't do it. So what you do, of course, you press your PlayStation button and you go to your home menu, and then you're back on the desktop, okay? So now we have to wait a little bit, because this takes a little bit time, because till my measuring unit here with all the stuff recognized the new power consumption, and now we are down to 150 watt. 150 watt. So the thing is, now we're not playing anymore, but the game is running in the background, and we're drawing more than twice as much power as before. So for people that have to pay their own power bills, this is actually a lot. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's not a lot, but if it's adding up all the time, every day, month for month or day for day, then at the end it is a lot. And if you just consider, now you're using 70 watts more for nothing, and let's say you keep it like this and you go to the PlayStation Store and you start downloading a game. Let's say it's in the middle of the night. You just decide, hey, I'm downloading Outriders and I will leave the PlayStation on till tomorrow morning because it's downloading, no problems, you know what I mean? Then probably, depends on how long you're sleeping, you're wasting power and money for nothing. I mean, 65 watts for downloading is a different value than 150 watts for downloading, okay? So, because we have to consider this is 70 watts more, and 70 watts doesn't sound that much, but when you do a little bit of calculation, let's say this is really running for 10 hours and you do this by accident every day because you're always downloading a new game in the evening and you're just turning on or off the console in the next morning. 10 hours every day is 700 watts. Times 30 is around 20,000 watts, around 22 kilowatt per month. So now when we calculate this with, let's say, 50 cents per kilowatt, what you have to pay, then we're talking about $10 per month. Still not much, but money what you can actually save. And if we're now calculating or multiplying this with 12, I think it was $120 then, or $10 times 12, 120, something about that. Anyway, and then if you just consider maybe you have an Xbox as well and a PC, and you do the same behavior with the PC, you're just tapping out, which I would never do this, but anyway. But on the Xbox Series X, it is exactly the same behavior, and we're talking most likely or about the same wattage, okay? In the desktop mode, we have around 60 watts. When you play a game, around 150 to 200 watts, and then you jump out and the game is running in the background, it is more likely the same like on the PlayStation 5, okay? There's not much difference, okay? And if you do this every day and your PlayStation or Xbox is just running in the background and not doing anything, running with a game in the background, you lose a lot of money, okay? So that's why I would recommend really make sure you go to the switcher and you close the game what you don't need anymore, okay? You can start it anytime. I mean, the game is saved. Of course, if you're going to play in half an hour, leave it on. I don't care if you spend on what you spend your money, okay? This is just a recommendation what I'm making because now we are back to 65 watt and that's a big difference, you know? Just for not doing anything, that's a lot. Okay, so that's for this video, very quick video about the power consumption from the console. So I'm just took the PlayStation 5 as an example. The Xbox Series X and the S are the same, they're doing exactly the same, but in terms of Xbox Series S, we have 30 watts around in the desktop mode and 70 watts when we're playing a game, and I think it's coming down to 60 watts when we're in the desktop mode with background games, so it's okay, okay? It's still more than when you close the game, but it's still okay, okay? 60 watts is fine, okay? Again, so keep in mind, if you jump out of the game and you do something else on the PlayStation, like browsing or watching Netflix or whatever, close your game in the background, because it will draw you power and it will cost you money for nothing, okay? So that's the whole message today. And again, big shout out to Tony, because without his great research on this, and he spent, I think, minutes on the research, it wouldn't be happen. It wouldn't be happen. Tony, you are the man. Really, you are the man of the hour, and I really appreciate it. You're worth every penny I'm paying you.
You're not paying me at all, boss.
Okay, Tony, that's enough for today. Bye-bye.